Mike walked into his office for the second night to begin. He wasn't looking forward to what would appear at his doors tonight. Right as Mike sat down on his chair, he heard something run down the hall. Mike didn't even look at the camera, he just shut the door. Minutes later, Mike heard a voice of despair. "Please, let me in! I'm a good fox," said the animatronic voice. Mike recognized it as his old pirate buddy Foxy, the one that bit his frontal lobe off. "What do you want?" Mike said with a growl. He heard banging on his door. I didn't mean to do what I did that day, Mike. I just wanted a friend to play two-player Pac-Man with. Freddy doesn't really like me, Chica won't talk to me, and Bunny doesn't want Freddy finding out I'm friends with her," Foxy said, with an oil tear running down his face. Mike soon felt saddened by this picture. Mike turned the camera back on to see Foxy staring at it, as though he knew Mike was watching the camera. "Please, open the door. I won't hurt you. I promise. I'm a good fox," Foxy said. "I don't know what I did to deserve this. Please give me another chance, Mike," Foxy said. Mike didn't open the door. He didn't want to be stuffed. "Oh, okay. Have a good night, Mikey. You're always my first mate in my eyes," Foxy said, walking towards the arcade. Mike quickly opened the door and ran towards Foxy. "How about we play two-player Pac-Man together?" Mike said with a smile. Foxy whipped his oil tears away and grabbed Mike's hand and ran towards the arcade. Foxy had finally made a friend that would play two-player Pac-Man with him. Mike's shift was about to end. He was having so much fun playing with Foxy. Before Foxy could say his goodbyes, it turned 6. Foxy struggled on saying goodbye. "Bye, Mikey," Foxy finally said. Mike smiled and waved. "Bye, Foxy. See you tonight," Mike said, walking out. Foxy walked back into his cove. Freddy walked into the cove looking disappointed at Foxy. "Foxy, I've told you numerous amount of times, you can't play two-player Pac-Man with the night guard," Freddy said with a disappointed tone. Foxy tried to explain he just wanted to play, but Freddy wouldn't let him. Freddy walked out and told Foxy not to mess up. After all the children left, Freddy looked at Pirate's Cove to see Foxy getting ready. Mike walked into the restaurant. He walked down the hall without looking at Foxy. He was peeping out of the curtains. Mike sat down at his office and waited for it to turn 12. The clock chimed 12, and Mike picked up the camera and looked around. Freddy was still on stage. Chico was in the dining room, and Bunny was in the back room. Foxy, however, moved from his cove to the hallway. Mike closed the door and waited for Foxy to bang on the door. "Let me in, Mikey," Foxy said in an angry tone. "No, I want you to live, Foxy, not die," Mike said. Foxy ran down the hall and alerted Freddy. Freddy looked at the camera and walked towards it. Mike quickly turned to the dining room camera. Freddy moved off stage. "Open the door, Mikey," Bunny said. Mike had forgotten about the left door being closed. Mike checked the lights to see Bunny's figure still shone at the window. Mike lifted up the camera to forget about the right door's lights. He quickly put the camera down and saw Chica wasn't there. Mike checked the left door to see Bonnie moved. He pressed the door button and looked at the camera again. Foxy was running down the hall again. Mike put the camera down, but it was too late. Foxy appeared in his room, grabbed him out of the office. "Stay quiet, Mike," Foxy said, covering his mouth. "I'm not going to stuff you." Foxy pulled Mike into his cove and closed the curtains. Freddy, Chica, and Bonnie were off stage. "What's the deal?" Mike said, getting out of Foxy's grip. "I saved your life. Freddy and the others were going to kill you. Freddy found out about us playing two-player Pac-Man and decided tonight you'd die. It's weird, I know," Foxy said in a depressing tone. Mike grabbed his hat and put it back on. "Thanks," Mike said to Foxy. Mike looked out the curtains to see Bonnie in the dining room, looking directly at Pirate's Cove. "We need to be quiet," Foxy said. Mike nodded as he closed the purple curtain. A couple of minutes later, Mike started hearing Freddy's laughter getting closer. It's nothing. Just don't look out of the cove, Mikey," Foxy said, trying to calm down his new friend. Mike felt his heartbeat stop. "Mike, don't move," Foxy said. Mike suddenly felt something metal grab his arms and forcefully bring him out of the cove. "Foxy, help!" Mike screamed. Foxy ran out of the cove and tried to hit the animatronic off of Mike. "Foxy, stop trying. I told you Mike has to go," Freddy said, pushing Mike away. "Please, Freddy. He's my friend. I haven't had a friend since the bite," Foxy said. Freddy looked at Mike. Mike was still trying to get away from Freddy's grip. "Fine," Freddy said, letting Mike go. He pushed Mike towards the office. "Go to your office, Mike. Don't want your boss seeing you out of the office," Freddy said, going back to the stage. Mike ran down the hall to see his office before Bonnie could follow him. Right as Mike got into the office, he closed both doors. Foxy ran down the hallway to hear Mike crying. Foxy banged once on the door. "Go away! I'm done working here," Mike said, crying. Foxy felt sad. His only friend, Mike, was gonna quit and leave Foxy like he did in 1987. Mike didn't return to the pizzeria for a couple of weeks. He felt as though he needed a break from almost dying. Mike was asleep when his phone went off. "Hello? Mike speaking," Mike said in a raspy voice. "Mike is your boss. Just so you know, we upgraded the animatronics and the pizzeria at the time you were gone. Enjoy your first night at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza," Mike's boss said, hanging up. Mike let up a sigh and got up from his warm bed. Mike walked into the pizzeria to get ready with his first night shift. "It certainly is bigger," Mike said in a scared tone. He looked to the stage to see the old animatronics, but they saw polished toy versions of the animatronics. The toy animatronics looked at Mike while he walked around. Mike walked down the long hallway which led to an office with no doors. "I see you found your office," his boss said. Mike turned around. "Yep. What happened to the animatronics? Where are the old ones? Where's Foxy? Mike said, getting worried. The boss grabbed Mike's shoulder. The animatronics, the old ones, didn't act right after you left for your little vacation. So we made new ones out of spare parts from the old animatronics, the boss said with a smile. Mike looked blankly. Can I see them? Mike said, lifting boss's hand off his shoulder. Sure thing. Follow me, the boss said, walking towards the greenish door saying, Parts and Service. Mike opened the door to see a dark room. Light switch is on the right. I'll leave it be, the owner said, walking away. Mike flicked the switch, the lights came on, and Mike saw the animatronics dismantled. Chica had her hands missing, Bonnie's face was missing along with her left arm, Freddy has holes in him, but Foxy wasn't there. Guys, what happened? Mike said, whispering. Bonnie looked up. Teenagers attacked us. Right as you left, Bonnie said, looking away. Are you the night guard, Mike? Freddy said in a quiet tone. Mike grabbed Freddy's top hat and put it back on the bear's head. Yeah, for now, Mike said, seeing if Chica was on. Hi, Mikey, Chica said, moving her head away. Her wires were showing. Where's Foxy? Mike said, looking at Freddy. Freddy got up. He's further into the room. He hasn't been the same since you left, he said. But if you want to see him, I can lead you to him. Sure, Mike said, following Freddy into the darker portion of the room. Freddy handed Mike a flashlight. He's there, Freddy said, pointing to the corner. Mike nodded and turned the flashlight on. Foxy? Mike said in a quiet tone. Mikey? Foxy said. Foxy got up from the ground and walked towards Mike. Mike hugged Foxy. You're okay! Thank God! What happened? Mike said, still hugging Foxy, who was shocked. Teenagers came. They destroyed us, and now we're being replaced with those toy versions, Foxy said in disgust. Mike behind himself. Behind Mike was Freddy, Chica, and Bonnie looking at him. Oh, Mike said, looking down. I got night shifts again. We will be able to see each other again, Mike said, trying to lighten up the mood. Foxy looked at Mike. That's good, matey, Foxy said, hugging Mike. The boss called Mike out of the supply room. Who were you talking to, Mike? He asked, walking towards Mike's office. Myself, Mike said quickly, catching up to his boss. The boss ignored the fact of him talking to himself and began walking with Mike. So, your shift is going to start. I'll get out of your way. Good night, the boss said, waving to Mike. Mike waved back and went into the doorless office. How am I supposed to protect myself if there are no doors? Mike said under his breath. The clock chimed 12, and Mike grabbed the security camera and looked around. They haven't... Where the hell is Freddy? My shift just started, Mike said in an angry tone. Mike put the camera down and checked the hallway. Toy Freddy stood there looking into Mike's office. Hello, a boyish voice said. Mike dropped the flashlight making it break. Son of a... Mike said, stopping himself from swearing. Mike checked the desk for another flashlight. Mikey! A broken voice said from the depths of the hallway. Mike suddenly felt something metal and plastic pick him up. Guess he's getting into their suit, a feminine voice said. Mike noticed yellow arms wrapped against his waist. Foxy hell, Mike said, getting his mouth covered. Didn't you learn not to yell? To use your inside voice? Toy Chica said. Mike was struggling to get out of Toy Chica's grip. Meanwhile, Foxy and Freddy were talking about the new animatronics when Foxy heard his name. Foxy hell, Foxy heard again. Freddy, I'm sorry, but I think Mike is in trouble, Foxy said, getting up. Oh, it's okay, Freddy said, smiling. Foxy ran out the door and down the hallway. Foxy ran down the hallway to notice his friend was in trouble. Fox, Mike said in Toy Chica's grasp. Foxy ran towards his friend. Toy Freddy walked in front of Foxy. Haven't you ever wanted to kill Mike? Toy Freddy said, holding Foxy against his will. What? Well, yeah, but not anymore, Foxy said. Toy Freddy laughed. Why haven't you brought your friends along? I'm sure they'd like to see Mike Schmidt die. Since they couldn't kill him when they were on, Toy Freddy said. Should I wait to kill him, Freddy Cakes? Toy Chica said. Toy Freddy nodded. I'm sorry, lad, Foxy said in a depressed tone. Mike started to cry. Meanwhile, with Freddy and the others. You sure Foxy doesn't need help? Chica said, looking at Freddy, who was worrying. I don't know. We should check on him, Bonnie. Chica, get ready. We're leaving this room, Freddy said. Chica and Bonnie obeyed the order and left with Freddy. Freddy noticed Toy Freddy holding Foxy and Toy Chica looking down the hallway. They're here, Freddy Cakes, Toy Chica said, grabbing the suit. Toy Freddy looked behind him. So they are. Start stuffing Mr. Schmidt, Toy Freddy ordered. Freddy started running in the hallway. Toy Freddy turned Foxy onto free roam mode. Chica, let Foxy finish the stuffing, Toy Freddy said, letting go of Foxy. Toy Chica let out a sigh. Fine, she said, putting the Freddy suit down. Mike was still hanging onto the tiny bit of life he had. His arms were stuffed into the endoskeleton along with one leg. Foxy walked towards Mike. Foxy, please, Mike said in tears. Foxy grabbed Mike's right leg. Please, Foxy, no, Mike said before screaming in pain. Freddy, Chica, and Bonnie finally had reached the office. Foxy, what are you doing? That's your friend, Freddy said, running towards Foxy. Freddy pushed Foxy away from Mike, who was bleeding to death in the suit. Finishing the job, Foxy said, fighting with Freddy. Bonnie walked towards Mike. Mike, don't go to sleep. You won't wake up, Bunny said, trying to get Mike carefully out of the suit. Freddy pushed Foxy towards the wall and turned him off free mode. Freddy let go of Foxy, who fell down to the ground, then got back up. What a nice fight you all had, Toy Freddy said, clapping. Looks like your little friend here is dead, Toy Chica said, pointing towards Mike. Foxy walked slowly towards his friend. And Foxy killed him, Toy Chica said with a laugh. Foxy started to cry, an oil tear. I will destroy you, Foxy said, looking back to the plastic animatronics. Mike had no heartbeat. Freddy walked up behind the two plastic animatronics and clicked the off button. Toy Freddy and Toy Chica fell down to the ground with no life. Foxy, I'm sorry, Freddy said, walking towards Foxy. Foxy looked back at Freddy. Can we stuff him? He could be with us forever, Foxy said, pointing to the suit box in. Freddy nodded. Foxy looked at Mike and grabbed his hat. I'll miss you, my Mikey, Foxy said, putting the hat in the torso of the suit.